We're in Longmont, Colorado, and I'm here to check out a trailer, Campworks trailer, the NS-1. So we'll get to that in a minute, but first, gotta do a test drive.
This thing's amazing.
Left foot on the brake,
launch.
all the way down on the right.
Oh my gosh, guys.
All the way down on the right, and then let the, all the way down. Not, no, there, now.
Oh gosh.
Now let go of the brake. There it is.
Oh my
And that was
gosh.
65.
That's 60. Woo! Oh my gosh.
We're gonna try this again now that we know we're in sport mode. We were in all-purpose before. Okay, go for it. Oh boy. That was 60 already.
Gosh.
Like,
I'm not doing the 100, guys. I'm sorry,
no,
team.
no, that's fine. That is fine. It is better in sport mode.
Oh yeah.
I was surprised.
It gets you right here, right in the neck.
All right. So before we get back to the trailer manufacturing facility there, you guys tell me a little bit about the company, what it is that you do, why. Give me just a touch of background.
Oh my goodness, we started as a college project in 2017, trying to build like all your needs in one box for homelessness or agricultural use or anything like that. And as we saw electric vehicles coming, and kind of particularly the Rivian truck, we started to realize the future of adventure is going to be electric. What do we do as a camper manufacturer to help and support that ecosystem? And so now we build the NS-1, which is fully electric trailer. It has 9,000, well, I'm going to misspeak there. It has 5,000 watts of output right now, and we're exploring going up to 9,000 watts output. Solar regeneration. The idea is that it can charge the Rivian truck if you went out on a campsite. There's kind of two use cases. If you're within 50 miles of a charging station, you use the battery off the Rivian, and it supports like a more fun campground, right? You have more battery to draw off of. But the other one is you could drive out to empty, use your trailer, set up your solar, and let it recharge your EV anywhere. So
super cool. Like, I can't wait to get to see and ask. I get a million questions about it.
welcome to Campworks HQ here in Hygiene, Colorado, and the NS-1. We got a few bodies in production here. We've been working through the R&D and trying to get it all ready to partner with that Rivian truck. So, yeah, this unit here was the first we ever put on the road. It's been out for about a year. It's been jumped, and I don't recommend jumping a trailer, but it's been jumped. The whole body is.
Did it handle it?
It handled it. It handled it.
By the way, the first thing I noticed is this shell is really solid. I love that it's one piece. You can see here, this is one of its pieces, one of its in production here. It comes as one giant piece. This gray is really beautiful too, by the way. But one thing that makes this trailer unique is that it has its own electric system. Tell me a little bit about that.
The way that the concept is, it's an electric jerry can. So you have this extra 10% or so equivalency in range for your Rivian truck that you can dump back in anytime. So if you're trying to get from charging station to charging station, you have that, but it refills every day. So if you're in an off-grid campsite, you can dump the solar input right into your truck and continuously do that. So it's the solar jerry can, and it's Regeneration, its own charging station that you tow behind.
Let's talk about that for a second. So you'll see this is it's a nice big solar panel here, 240 watt panel, which if you're out in the sun is going to be trickle charging your battery that's holding 12 kilowatt hours, right? So you've designed it so that in about a day you can charge the battery in the trailer with this particular solar array or solar panel, right?
Yeah.
Is that the concept?
Yeah, not with this solar panel, not just the solar panel, but with a plug-in array. But you will be able to fully charge that 12 kilowatt hour battery pack from 0 to 100 on a.
So is there an additional array that you have with the trailer that you'd plug in separately and like set it out and stand it up in the sun or something like that? Okay. So and that gives you 8 kilowatts is what that's the goal anyway.
Yeah, 9 kilowatt continuous output.
So 9 kilowatt. I mean, that's better than a lot of the RV plugs that I've used,
Yeah,
which are like 7 kilowatt, and that's 50 amps. Did you say?
Yeah, about.
The plug is a 240 50 amp rated.
240 50 amp.
Yeah, but what the actual continuous output is. Yeah.
Right. So
is 9 kilowatt.
right. So 9 kilowatt. So at my house, I have a charger for the Rivian. It's 48 amps. It gives me about 11 kilowatts.
Yeah.
So it's similar to that.
Similar to that.
The only difference is that I have a continuous supply of energy, whereas here we have 12 kilowatts. 12 kilowatt hours. to draw from. But you're also charging at the same time with the solar array or the plug-in solar array that's out in the sun.
Inside of here, this is one of our earliest units we sent out on the road, and we were trying to just get it so you could use induction stoves on the road and you could have resistive heating on the road. So we initially sent them out with a 2,000 watt master volt inverter and a 400 amp hour 12 volt battery system for master volt as well. We had a bunch of extra space unutilized. We realized we could do a lot more on digital fuses and digital circuitry. So in the new production NS-1s, it's, you know, just to give you a kind of clear image of it, the battery has doubled. There's 2 of them. The inverter's gone from a 2,000 watt. Our production units had we even went to a 3,000, but now it's going to have 2 parallel operating 5,000 watt inverters.
Okay. So, and then while I'm here, give me a little run through of what we've got inside here. So obviously this is a queen sized space here. The mattress isn't here, just so you know. You don't want to sleep on this. You'd have a mattress.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hop and sit just inside.
And then there's a bunch of storage here on the sides.
Yeah.
Which is great. And I love that it's super easy access and looks rugged down there. Like I'm not going to be worried about throwing some ski boots down there or whatever. No. So what do we have up here?
So inside in the new NS-1, you can actually sit in here. It converts into chairs that lean up against the bottom ring here.
Cool.
And you can sit 4 people in here. Kiddos, head height is a little low. So you're not going to want adults on this side, but 2 adults, 2 kids can sit in here. You have full cabinets. I'll show you on this side so you get maybe a better angle in there with the camera. Yep. But you have full depth cabinets over your feet. You have in here the control panel for all your fuses. On your AC side, touchscreen that monitors it. In the NS-1, we've gone up to
and so this is a heater cooler system here.
Yeah, behind this grate, this is a resistive heater. There's 2 inches of insulation, 2 5/8 inches. You have the acoustic panels on the outside, and then you have just a 1 inch. So I mean, it's equivalent to about R11. In our kitchen here, you pull off the side of the road, you pull out your back kitchen. You have a cutting board on this side, be able to serve. Your water and your sink comes right out the side here. So you have the space and access to water on this side. Stainless steel countertop, serving space up here. You can take stuff off, put it on the surface here and don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
It's also protected. Young ones, dogs, whatever, aren't gonna get anything you sit up here.
And there's another cutting board on this end.
And then we have another cutting board on this side. Yeah,
nice.
This one we're about to release this here, and so stay tuned. But we're working through. Kitchen has been something that you have all this electric, but at the end of the day, when you get to the campsite, you want to be able to entertain your family and enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it's how can we make sure that there's a bunch of cool electricity, but really at the end of the day, we're trying to get you someplace, eat great meals, serve great food, sit around a campfire. This has an induction stovetop going in. All your pots and pans, similar to the Rivian kitchen, are going to store underneath, and up on the top is a picnic box. So you're going to be able to transport all of your bare bones, plates, bowls, cups, bottle openers, wine glasses.
Yeah, because there's space right here to store some things as well.
Here, that tray is going to just magnet down.
Okay.
Fast charging countertop.
I can tell you right now, if I had this deployed at a campsite, the first thing that's going to happen is my kids are going to pull up some camp chairs around this and make it a table.
That's awesome.
Or the other side.
There's a refrigerator freezer up on the tongue.
Oh, it's in the front. Okay.
And, yep, so that's the idea on the back.
Cool.
We're looking here at the electrical input and the output here. We got 120 volt, 30 amp in and out on the NS-1 right now. These plugs are changing, so it's going to be 240 volt.
Can I see that again?
Out. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the out. Okay.
That's a 30 amp, 120 volt. This is again the early system that we put on the road last year. It was fully electric. You could still plug in a table saw off the side of this thing. Some pretty serious electric, but
now you're moving to a 240 system.
We're moving. Yeah, you're going to output
So
240, 50 amp out the side.
The intent is to have the system, the battery system available to actually supply your vehicle as well if needed, right?
Yeah, it ends up being just an amazing camping experience where you can grill, you can power anything that you want out there. And
then you don't have to deal with like vampire drain and overnight usage and so on, because you can just compensate from that with this system.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, we're gonna hook up the trailer, see what it pulls like. We're not gonna take it out on a camping trip just yet, but we will hopefully soon. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice. So that's sturdy, so that you can get up to the rack easily.
I don't like these wall
panels. Oh, and this one has a bed.
This
has
one
a mattress.
has a bed. Yeah, but we get the full.
Boy, I could sleep here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I think the height's fine. Right? Cool. Let's pull it around for a bit. So I also want to talk about the size, height-wise. So one thing to note is that the trailer itself it is a little bit of a downhill here. So it's a tiny bit above the profile of the truck. Not by a huge amount, but that's a pretty good profile, I think. I mean, behind this truck, you can barely feel it. And one thing that I'm a little surprised in is I was expecting those wheels to poke out more than they do, and they really don't. They're pretty tight in to the sides. Yeah, there's a few inches, but it's not as many as not as big as I thought. What's the hardest thing about building a trailer?
Building a good trailer for towing, you're all about weight distribution, keeping low center of gravity, really similar to a car. Suspension, what you actually want to see is you want to see it like removing as much of the bumps as possible. We use a timber and axle-less suspension, which sits a bit more mid-height. Rather than trying to give you a comfortable ride, it's really trying to make sure it doesn't ever bounce, which is really common in a trailer.
I haven't felt any bounce at all.
And you want balance, you want low center of gravity, so our battery bank actually helps us, just like an EV, have good performance because we have a battery bank sitting low right over our axle.
Right, that's
we have
nice. The stability as well. Center of gravity's low.
Yeah, exactly.
Weight there. Yeah. So I'm getting a pretty good reading as far as range is concerned. This is not a great test because we haven't gone very far, but it's, you know, under 2, but not very far under 2. I'd say it's 1.75 miles per kilowatt hour, which is pretty good at 50, 58, 60 miles an hour with the trailer. So it looks like the wind drag is not terrible. It is there though. There's no question that I have it above 2 right now at this drive rate.
Typically, you're saying your average right here would, I'm even seeing right there, he'd be above 2 significantly.
So we're below 2. And if we kept driving, looks like we'd end up at about 1.75, 1.6, something like that. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do a little quick. It's pretty fast with 2,000 pounds on the back.
Yeah, no issue. That was wild. Think about how crazy that really is, though, because
isn't it?
When you're
I'm not even in sport mode.
No, you're in towing mode.
I want to talk a little bit about price and availability, how you order it, what and whatnot.
Absolutely, yeah. So you can order the NS-1 on our website. We do a $1,000 deposit. The retail price is $65,000.
Tell me the website again, please.
It's campworksco.com. campworksco.com.
Okay.
The CO is for Colorado. Started here, built in the backyard in the garage, and as we've gone, the $65,000 price point, we know it and we hear it. Regularly see how expensive that is, but
that's a lot of money. Let's be honest, right?
It is. Yeah, no, it is, and every component's built. You know, major component, the composite body, the cabinets, the trailer, all built in Colorado. We assemble here in Hygiene, Colorado, right in Boulder County. There's a lot, paying living wages to people that are really in your community, that are really, around you, honoring craftsmanship, honoring like the build quality, and building something electric is not cheap. I mean, I know when you look at even the Rivian truck that we're driving around in here, it's at a high price point, and it's absolutely worth every dollar. But my goodness, the efficiency, if they were building this on a small scale or even our scale, as a much smaller manufacturer, that price would be exorbitantly higher. That behind us is a home. That's what we actually really designed it to be, is a home, a campsite, a place to be.
So we're turning this around to park, but just wanted to point out one thing. This particular trail hitch system, it's really cool. So we can jackknife this sucker over 90 degrees so that I can turn around in a pretty small space, actually. I want to thank Zach and Tommy here at Campworks for showing me the trailer, letting me pull it around the block. We'll get it out on the trails and test it out properly soon. But thank you so much for having me out here. It's been really cool. It's a great product. I'm really excited to try it out. Awesome. Hey, thanks for watching. That was such a great experience with Campworks. Those guys are awesome. This trailer looks really cool. Can't wait to get it out on the trail and try it out. So stay tuned. We'll see you in the next one.